Welcome back, everybody. So in today's video, this is actually a very, very sad state, in my opinion, for the United States. We're going to react to the video of an attempt of an assassination on former President Donald Trump. Normally on this channel, we talk about finances, but with this historic event and me being ex-military, kind of just want to run through what my thoughts are and my original reaction to the video. So let's watch it together.
A little bit old, that chart's a couple of months old, and if you want to really see something that's sad, take a look at what happened.
Just absolute crazy violence, and some of the things that I'm seeing online about it being staged and it's a hoax is kind of disgusting when we really think about it. Multiple people lost their lives in this event. The shooter was killed and an innocent bystander in the crowd was killed. Now, I've been to Trump rallies in the Tampa Bay area before, and it's definitely an experience. And growing up, I never thought having a political view could actually get you killed, and the hatred that's actually out there and how divided we are as a country is something that just seems to get worse and worse every year. I remember growing up and it was okay to have a different political view. You wouldn't lose your life over it, but now you lose friends, you lose family, and people are actually killing each other over their politics. Just rewatching this video gives me chills and makes me almost sick to my stomach. And for the 4th of July, my wife and I went down to Boston, watched fireworks. They did the reenactment of signing the Declaration of Independence, and it was extremely crowded. And the one thing I stated, being ex-military, I may suffer from some PTSD. I did go overseas in 2003. I've seen some things. I live with some things on a daily basis. And it was very crowded in the streets of Boston. And the first thing my mind went to was the marathon bombings.
The attack appears time for maximum impact.
The one thing I noticed was there was tens of thousands of people wearing backpacks, crowded on top of each other, watching a reenactment. I told my wife that I can't handle this, that I don't want to be around there. I don't like very crowded places, and I don't like crowded places that are not being supervised or have the appropriate security in place. And one of the things I noticed was there was not any real security. There was few officers around. And if something were to break out, there just wasn't enough help and or security around that I felt could be contained if something bad happened. And so the first thing I see when I see this is the fact that somebody could actually get up on a higher building within 150 meters of this being taking place. Normally in that situation, you would actually see more security personnel in those types of positions, and a civilian would never be able to reach any sort of heights that would get a clear shot of the president. And so there's definitely been a lack of safety, a lack of security within this country in multiple facets. I think we all can agree on that. So my initial reaction was, this was absolutely a rifle, and the fact that the camera could pick up the sound of the rifle so clearly lets you know that this shooter was extremely close to the subject, within a 300-meter radius. A person that can shoot decent can shoot a moving target probably between 200 to 300 meters. We were very fortunate that this person missed the president on 6 to 7 different occasions. In fact, even Donald Trump's suit has holes in it from bullets that could have traced through it. And supposedly he was wearing a bulletproof vest. We're talking about literally centimeters from witnessing an assassination on a former president. And people are going online and writing that it's a hoax. They only missed by a few centimeters. It's just disgusting, disgusting behavior. And it's the same kind of behavior in the evil things that we see in the comments where people are so tough behind their computer, but when stuff is actually happening to them, they're usually the weakest people. The problem with all of this is that we're fighting with each other. We're fighting against humanity. Doesn't matter if you're a Republican, doesn't matter if you're Democrat, doesn't matter if you're in the middle, doesn't matter whatever your political views are. The bottom line is we're all human beings. We all our fathers, daughters, grandparents. I don't think I've seen our country as divided as it is right now. And I think that's the biggest concern to me. It's the saddest thing about our country right now. You would think that we would feel blessed that with 2 land wars going on and technology wars going on all around us, being in one of the best countries in the globe right now and one of the most stable countries in the globe right now, that people would be proud of that and actually unite. And it seems like that's just not the case. And the sad truth of it is everybody has an opinion and everybody feels important until these things spill over into their backyard. Then all of a sudden they're looking for help. They're looking for a handout. And because of how divided we are, humanity is just left to the wayside, and those people might not get help and or handouts just because they have a different opinion. And I think that's what's scary about all of this. It's definitely a sad day in this country, but the one thing I wanted to point out is maybe showing some humanity, some humility, and not taking for granted the great country we live in. Having freedom of speech, having the right to go to a rally and not fear for your life. And so on this video, please do not point fingers to the left, to the right, who's wrong. Think about all the hatred that's going on in this world right now, and maybe post something positive.